For the talk tonight, excitement's building for the Syracuse-Montana basketball matchup Thursday night in San Jose, California. As the NCAA tournament gets underway, a selection committee's picked Syracuse as a number 4 seed, predicting they will make it into the Sweet 16. Hard to believe it was 10 years ago that the Orange clinched the title. Watch this, he blocks it every time.
Every time.
And Kaweth Duane get the rebound. Josh Pace goes off to celebrate. Jim Boeheim trying to look like he's not jumping up and down for joy. The team, they just ran on the middle of the floor and they crushed Carmelo Anthony right in the middle. Hakeem Moore with Bernie Fine there. Mike Hopkins, just a memorable night for this community. There were thousands of people in the Carrier Dome. Michael Benny joins us now for the talk tonight. Michael was in New Orleans this night, back when we were both working for WTVH that weekend.
Yeah.
You were in Texas, right?
Yeah, I was living in Texas at the time.
Working in Texas at the time. I mean, it's 10 years. It seems like it, but it doesn't. All at the same time, you know.
Think about what has happened in the last 10 years. My goodness.
A lot has happened, but that weekend was something that was just unforgettable. We got to take you up to Marshall Street. Marshall Street is the hubbub of celebration, and I suspect if we get to another Final Four, it will be once again.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, there's great history to it. 1987, the Final Four, there was violence and almost a riot-type atmosphere.
Look at that.
Wow.
This was 2003.
Look at that.
And this was safe. I mean, police were ready. They actually had put some grease on the trees so that people couldn't climb them. You could see them up there manning that parking lot right on Marshall Street. This was shot from above Varsity Pizza, and it was just such an exciting time. The weekend, the Saturday night game, similar scene, and then Monday it was repeated again. I believe this is from Monday, but boy, it'd be great to get back there, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
You know, I remember being down in Texas, and it was a fun Final Four because Kansas was playing, which is where I'm from originally. Syracuse was playing Texas, where I was living at the time, and then Marquette. So for me, it was really exciting to see, who would win, and I was kind of cheering them all on.
Yeah. And Michael, what does this mean for the town? When we strike this chord, like right now, anticipation's building, but if there gets to be a second weekend and then a third weekend, what does that do?
Well, first of all, it improves everyone's mood dramatically. I mean, even if you are not a basketball fan, there is such enthusiasm. It's so organic. It's also really good for business. I mean, if you own a restaurant, if you own a bar in town, it goes without saying that it's huge for you. Were they to bow out early, you sort of can feel the collective groans of people whose livelihood is tied to people coming in and enjoying themselves, feeling those feelings of support, which translate into, I'll have another one. Or, you know what, my friends are coming in to eat, that sort of thing. And you can't discount how important it is.
And you certainly can't beat it either if you get to Final Four weekend. Don't try to schedule anything opposite those games. I mean, it's going to be all eyes riveted on the television.
And it makes you really brag about where you're from.
Yeah.
I mean, I would imagine after that 2003 championship, people were just running around the town. They wanted to tell everyone that they were from Syracuse.
We have to look at the parade that followed on Salina Street, a few days after the team got back from the trip to New Orleans. And
we have the hat
there's
Carmelo.
I don't know if we'll see a picture of the orange hat. But G-Mac was out there, and there's the hat. Yeah, there. And look at the kids were much younger then, obviously, in the Boeheim household than they are now. The coach says he's not quite sure where that hat went.
Maybe he'll pull it out for the next time around.
Yeah, I think he'd like to if he could find it there. But I mean, can you imagine if we were able to do that again this time? Look at instantly, we're able to do that.
But look at that, a spontaneous parade. I mean, not that it happened. It wasn't completely spontaneous, but I mean, what does it take to get the people of Syracuse out to watch a parade when it's not St. Patrick's Parade weekend?
Right. We don't even come out for
And look at that weather from 10 years ago. I'd like to have
Right, now this
that.
would have been into early April, but yes, we could repeat that again. So
this was such a, it's been 10 years. I mean, I don't want to bring everything down, and I'm about to because this popped into my head. That was the same time that we were learning about what John Jamelski had done.
Yeah,
I remember getting a call. We flew back from New Orleans, get in the car, and the newsroom calls when our phones worked again, and they said, "You've got to go to DeWitt." And we're in the car going, "What are you talking about? Go to DeWitt? What's happening in DeWitt?"
Right.
And you think that the Iraq War started 10 years ago as well.
Right.
So to think back how much has happened since then.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Talk tonight continues in just a moment. By the way, Nico will be out in San Jose. He's on his way out there in the next day or so to cover the tournament. We'll have a special on CBS 5 on Thursday night, too. We'll get you more details on that. Coming up in the talk.